Welcome back to the baseline. Guys, we have our World Series champions. We are going to go over, recap the World Series, talk about what happened game by game. And because of that, the offseason has officially started. A couple moves have been made. We got a managerial hiring, and we're going to talk about that as well. But let's start off with the World Series. In my mind, one-sided. Really not that much excitement, except for probably one game. Um, you know, you got the two legendary teams in all of baseball and all of the sport, and it was literally one-sided. You can't make it up. I really wish I could, but the whole series, it was just all one-sided on that case. But anyway, let's recap the World Series, and let's start with Game 1, which I feel like was one of, if not the best World Series games we've ever seen in a long time. It went 10 innings. Both pitchers were phenomenal. Jack Flaherty went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. I mean, that's better than his previous start where he went on and went 3 innings, gave up 8 hits on 8 earned runs from the New York Mets. That was the second time around in the championship series. As for Garrett Cole, he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run on 4 strikeouts. And 5 innings, it was actually more like 4 innings of shutout baseball. In the fifth, Will Smith hit a sacrifice fly to score Kiki Hernandez and a close play at the home plate. A great throw by Juan Soto, but just missed. It's Kiki Hernandez. He's probably one of the fastest guys in the baseball today. Not the fastest guy, but uh, one of them. Top of the sixth, Giancarlo Stanton again has been very amazing for the New York Yankees. Hits home runs left and right. It's come in the clutch for the New York Yankees this postseason. Kind of don't want the Yankee fan to say anything. I don't care how terrible he is in the regular season. He carried this team through the whole postseason, 100%. So I don't want to hear the Yankee fan bitch and whine and complain about, oh, Stan's not great in he got you to the World Series. Bottom of the eighth, Mookie Betts, he got out on the sac fly to score Otani, which made it 2-2. Then there was top of the 10th, Volpe grounded out, which scored Jazz Chisholm to make it 3-2. And then let's go to the bottom of the 10th and let's talk about this for a minute. This was an interesting bottom of the 10th. And why was it interesting? Well, because let's just let the cat out of the bag. You use Nestor Cortez instead of Tim Hill. Now, Tim Hill has been dominant for the New York Yankees. He's been used a lot, but he's always progressed and gotten the big outs the way the New York Yankees need him to. But you use Nestor Cortez. The last time Nestor Cortez pitched was over a month ago. Why would you use a rusty Nestor Cortez? Apparently, according to Boone, he just loved the matchup. He liked the way how it was going. Okay, I guess I could see that lefty lefty. So you bring Cortez in, you get Otani out, you walk Betts to load the bases. Freddie Freeman is up. And my thing with Freddie Freeman is I watched every game of the playoffs. Division, wild card, championship, World Series. In that championship series, I noticed one thing about the New York Mets, and they kept pitching inside to Freddie Freeman because he had the bad ankle, and they knew he had that bad ankle. I want to know now, without that bad ankle, did he make an adjustment? Because the first pitch, he just hits a home run. And usually guys pop up on an inside pitch and or even up in the zone. I believe it was up in the zone. I have to look back on it. But first pitch, he just hits a home run, walk off grand slam. Which interesting fact, did not know this. First walk off grand slam in the history of the World Series. That to me is mind boggling. We've had some great walk offs in the World Series, but never a grand slam. That to me is very interesting. So the Dodgers take game one. Like I said, one of the best games you'll see in the World Series. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed every moment of it. It was really great. So now game two comes on again at Dodger Stadium. We had Yamamoto versus Carlos Rodon. And Yamamoto performed. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, and 4 strikeouts. I mean, we've said it in the past. We've heard it from all the media. You're paying him over $300 million. He needs to perform, and that's exactly what he did. I am happy for Yamamoto. I think he's a great pitcher once he settled down in the beginning. A lot of people were like, hey, my dad included. I love you, Dad, but my dad included was like, wow, I'm glad we did not get him because in the Soul Series he got beaten up by the San Diego Padres. But now he's found his groove. I love that. I love when pitchers do that, especially when they get that you get the hype. Yamamoto had that hype, or he performed and he did well. On the other side, the New York Yankees, something you didn't want, and Yankee fans, sorry to relive the bad. Carlos Rodon went 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 home runs given up. And that started in the bottom of the second, where Tommy Edman ended up hitting a home run. to help out to, well, give the Dodgers an early lead. Then in the top of the third inning, he had Juan Soto. He hit a home run. Again, another guy who's been carrying this Yankee team throughout the whole playoffs. He is a star. He really is a fantastic star. Probably one of the best in the games. As a fielder, I don't think he's one of the best, but as a hitter, he really is. And he's only 26 years old. He just turned 26, game one of the World Series, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, game one of the World Series, turned 26. I mean, he's going to get paid this offseason, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Bottom of the third comes on. Teoscar Hernandez. It's a home run, and then Freddie Freeman hits a home run. I believe in this game, this was the sixth straight home game he hit a home run. Tied George Springer. George Springer did that. But his time with the Houston Astros. So he ended up getting some, on the verge of making history. Then in the top of the ninth, you had Jazz Chisholm single. Anthony Rizzo was hit by a pitch. Oh, nope, that's not the scoring. Wrong thing. Uh, the top of the ninth, Giancarlo Stanton ends up singling to score Juan Soto, and then the final score was 4-2. So the Dodgers up 2-0 into the series. Now we enter game three. And here's my thing with game three. Now I'm for all fun, excitement. Do we do, right? But something for me just didn't click. And the one thing that didn't click was, if you know me personally, some of you do, obviously not all of you. I watch the MLB Network 24/7, 365 days a year. I kid you not. I'm like addicted to the MLB Network. They all know their stuff. There's a show called Intentional Talk. It's more of a funnier baseball show. You have Kevin Millar as a host. It started out with Chris Rose, but then they ended up changing it to Ryan Dempster, a friend of Kevin Millar. So they're wacky, they're weird. Yes, they do take some stuff seriously. They talk baseball and all that stuff. They were at game three of the World Series. They had Jazz Chisholm Jr. on. I like Jazz. I like Jazz. He's a great player. Loved his time with Miami. He brought an excitement to the New York Yankees. The bling and kind of remind me of a Nick Swisher in a way. When the question they ask you is, hey, you're back at home, game three of the World Series. What's going through your mind? How are you going to get these Yankee fans excited? When your answer is something stupid, to me, it kind of tells me I don't know if you guys were taking the game seriously. Not saying that he's not, but how are Yankee fans gonna get excited? And your answer is wait until they hear my walk-up song. I was looking more into it. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, is he playing a? No, he's in the booth recording an own song, editing it to then use it as a walk-up song. Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one. But who cares about a batter's walk-up song? If you're listening to this on YouTube, leave a comment. Like I said, maybe it is just me. Maybe I'm the only one that has like a personal vendetta about a batter's walk-up song. But do fans really get excited about a walk-up song? Like, do I care? Like, I don't go to a game with my dad and be like, hey, I really hope Aaron Judge plays today because I want to hear his walk-up song. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? In 2016, when Anthony Rizzo was on the Chicago Cubs, did you hear the crowd getting excited and singing Taylor Swift because he had a Taylor Swift as his walk-up song? No. They care about what you do at the plate. The only time that a fan cares about someone's song is when the closer comes out. You know, Trevor Hoffman back in the day. You know, bottom ninth, the Padres are up by 3, and you hear those bells of Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. And Trevor Hoffman is walking down out of the bullpen to come and get the Padres to save. That's what I care when I cared about someone's music because it pumped you up. Hey, this is the closer. He's going to close the game out and he's going to win the game. I've been to a lot of Yankee games. My family are Yankee fans. Mariano Rivera, top of the ninth. Yankees up by 3. And you hear the da-na-na-na-na. You hear Enter Sandman. That's when you get excited because it's Mariano Rivera coming out. I don't care about a batter's walk-up song. My team is down 2-0 in the most important series of their lives. And one of my hitters is saying, wait until the Yankee fan hears my walk-up song. I don't care. I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, Jordan, you're bashing Jazz Chisholm. But hey, Jose Iglesias did it with the New York Mets. Yes, I know. But Jose Iglesias didn't go out publicly and said, hey, Mets fans, I made a song. Go out and listen to it. This is gonna get you pumped up. It was like what, a week or two later when people actually started listening to the song, and then for whatever freaking reason helped them start winning. It became their slogan. Hell, Pitbull of all people did a cover of it. But Jose Iglesias and say, "Oh, this is gonna pump up a Mets fan," when they were struggling. No. So Jazz, I don't care. You made a song. Hey, that's great. Everyone makes a song. Doesn't get me pumped up. It's music. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, game 3 comes around. You have Walker Buehler against Schmidt. Once again, the Dodgers just take an early advantage. First inning, Freddie Freeman hits a 2-run home run. The 7th straight home run he's hit. New record. Congratulations to Freddie Freeman. And again, Schmidt is just the Yankees pitching. It got to them. The Dodgers hitting got to the Yankees pitching. Because then the top of the 3rd, Mookie Betts singled, scored in Edman. Top of the 6th, Kiki singled, scores in Gavin Lux. And then the only offense for the New York Yankees was the bottom of the 9th, where Alex Verdugo hits a 2-run shot. Otherwise, for the Schmidt, went only 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs. As for Walker Buehler, he went 5 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. So at this point, the New York Yankees are on the verge of getting swept. Until the Dodgers say, hey, we're going to do a bullpen game. And the Yankees bats came alive. They did. The Yankees bats came alive. They ended up winning 11-4. Not going to get into details. But Judge did single. Jazz got a couple of hits, which I said that those two were the main guys that need to get the Yankees bats alive. And it did. Austin Wells was actually a big part of that game. Hits a home run. I think he got a double. Gleyber Torres hits a home run. Everyone was good. But then you realize the pitchers the Dodgers used, which was they didn't use their best bullpen guys. That to me, not really gave the Yankees an advantage. I'm not saying it was an easy win, but they definitely, like, Daniel Hudson was terrible. Honeywell was okay. Just that game, it looked like it lasted forever because the Dodgers weren't using their best pieces. And I understand, yes, the Dodgers don't have that much pitching. They are, so I think, 7 pitchers were injured. Kind of crazy to think about. Holy cow. I mean, 7 pitchers injured? That insane. It really is. It's insane of how many injuries these Dodgers had. I didn't know that until, they said it. But anyway, game 4 happens. The Yankees get their win. Looked like the bats were going to be alive, especially in game 4 or game 5. Sorry, I'm getting my games mixed up. Sorry, guys. Where in the first 3 innings they were up 5-0. Garrett Cole threw 4, had a perfect game, no hitter going. Aaron Judge hit a home run. Jazz hit a home run right after, back to back. In the second, Verdugo singled, scored Anthony Volpe. Stanton hit a home run again. And then in the fifth, it just went. It just went berserk. To start off the inning, you know, they end up walking someone. Then they ended up, what, a ball was hit, and Judge takes his eyes off of it. Gets an error, ground ball. The next batter, ground ball to Volpe, who didn't have a good grip on it, threw it. Then in the dirt to the third baseman. And then after that, all hell broke loose. Mookie Betts ended up singling, scored Kiki Hernandez, and Freddie Freeman singled, scored in 2. Teoscar Hernandez doubled, scored in 2 to make it 5-5. And then at this point, Garrett Cole was on the mound for 21 straight minutes. And no one went out to talk to him. Like, Garrett Cole gives up 5 runs in an inning already. This is your ace. Why aren't you going to say something? Hey, calm down. Breather. It's 5-5. We're still in this. Come on. Let's go. Something. Right? Something. But no. I mean, he ends up getting out of the inning. In the 6th, Stan hits a sacrifice fly. Soto scores. It's 6-5. And then the top of the 8th happens where Gavin Lux out on a sacrifice fly, makes it 6-6. And then Mookie Betts hits a sacrifice fly, make it 7-6. Walker Buehler gets the save, who apparently, before the game even started, texted Dave Roberts and said, hey, listen, if we have the lead and you need me, I'm getting the last couple outs. And then instantly regretted it later because he told the media, yeah, closing's not that easy, which it was kind of fun, kind of a funny joke. But the Dodgers end up winning the World Series. The better team won. The better team won. And the Yankees base running and the errors just cost them so much that they were on the verge, maybe going back to Los Angeles. I said the Dodgers in 6. I was hoping for some little excitement, but no, there was no excitement in this World Series. It was one sided, and but the Dodgers won. The MVP was Freddie Freeman. I mean, which why not? Look at what he's done in this World Series, and it makes me happy because the stuff he went through this whole year. You know, the broken ankle or the ankle problem in the championship series. Uh, his son had, was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. They literally told Freddie Freeman that he might not make it. Which I mean, man, I can't really think about that. To have someone say that to about your kid. It, I mean, Yeah, it's gonna take a lot on you. I know he had uh, something wrong with his dad, and you know his grandfather ended up passing away. He went through it all this whole one season, and he won the MVP. I mean, the best moment was him hitting the walk-off grand slam. Uh, Gets mobbed by his uh, teammates at home plate, but once he got out of that, ran to his dad. Both of them grabbing onto the net and shaking it. They were. It's just a wholesome moment. And Freddie Freeman, 100% a future Hall of Famer, will go down with one of the greatest first basemen to ever play this game. He, what a nice moment. To go from the Atlanta Braves, who didn't offer you an extension, now you go to the Dodgers and showed them, hey, this is why I got paid. It's it's a great story. I love Freddie Freeman, great player. Seems like a nice guy from everything you watch. And like I said, 7 straight World Series games of hitting a home run. So congratulations, Freddie Freeman. You are the World Series MVP, and you're also a World Series champion. Ironic enough, and I know this is weird to say, but it's a little weird that the Los Angeles Dodgers are the World Series champion in 2024, and they won their 8th World Series title. A little ironic. Little ironic. That's funny. I like that. Um, anyway, that's the recap of the World Series. Let's talk about some moves that have been made because free agency did actually officially start yesterday. For the offseason at least. The free agency won't start until November 4th. That's when teams could, excuse me, that's when teams could talk to other free agents that were not associated with them. Um, and we already had some moves start. One of the surprising moves to start off this offseason, Jorge Soler goes from Atlanta Braves and gets traded over to the Angels. I like that move. One, because of the veteran hitter. He's a DH. He could play a little bit of the outfield. But you need someone to back up Mike Trout. If Mike Trout's batting third, Jorge Soler has to bat fourth. They need to get Trout into the playoffs. I'm not looking for a World Series. I'm looking for a playoffs. And I'm hoping that this is one of many moves to get them there. Mike Trout's got to stay healthy. I don't care about Anthony Rendon. That guy is a dick. Sorry. But he is. He's a dick. I don't like him. Get rid of him. You have a young, good team. You go after pitching. I'm not looking for Corbin Burns. I'm not looking for, whoever. Just go out there and get some solid pitching. But who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe. Mike Trout's contract ends in 2031. So you have, what, 5, 6 years left of Mike Trout. Go out and get someone, at least get him into the playoffs. and then you make the playoffs and you do a run like the Detroit Tigers do, well, maybe they'll surprise us. I don't know. But keep that up and get Trout into the playoffs and give him that taste, because then maybe the next couple years after you probably reach the World Series and he gets to play. That's all I'm looking for. So I hope this is the first of many. Like I said, Soler has to bat behind Trout. You gotta give him that leverage. I'm not. Yes, none. Soler is now up in the Soto Judge category, but this is kind of like your Judge Soto. You have Trout, and then you're gonna have Soler. Soler, when healthy, is dangerous, and I love it. You know, he's been there. He's done that. A veteran that, and that's what the Angels need, and they need to go do more. And I hope they do more. I hope this is one of many moves in this offseason. The other move was Daz Cameron. Um, Goes from Oakland back to Baltimore, which is funny because a couple years ago Baltimore traded him to Oakland. Now they get him back. Um, I think this is just a replacement for Santander. Santander is a free agent. Maybe even Cedric Mullins at the end of this year. I mean, he's not going to be a free agent for a long time. Baltimore needs to be aggressive. This is, to me, is more of a speedster, hit for contact guy. But after losing 2 straight years into the playoffs, they need to go on and spend money. To me, Corbin Burns is probably number uno on the list. And then you got to just go. New ownership is in effect. Cal Ripken Jr. is one of the owners. I would like Baltimore to do something. The problem is, though, that they're so stacked with young talent. It's kind of impossible. But go out and get a bullpen guy. Go out and get some starting pitching. You had a bad season. It happens. you know, trust every baseball team. It happens. These kids are so young. They have their futures ahead of him. Gunnar Henderson's only going to get more and more better. Um, Mountcastle is going to be better. Ali Rutschman is not going to have a bad season every single year. So eventually they're going to get going. They'll get deep into the playoffs. But you need to add the pieces to this team. Uh, for manager wise, Will Venable goes to the White Sox, becomes the new manager. I mean, he was under Bruce Bochy as like an assistant manager, so maybe he has something. But he said he is ready to take on. I'm just worried about what kind of team is he gonna have. Are we no longer gonna have Luis Robert Jr.? Are we no longer gonna have Crochet? Are we no longer gonna have Benintendi? If that's the case, you kind of just threw him into the fire. This is one of the things where it's like, go blame the manager. I mean, I really have nothing else to say just because the White Sox lost 121 games. Maybe a new change of scenery with new manager will help them out. I don't know. But they need to do something. Either you're going to spend the money, which they've had. You had Andrew Benintendi, biggest contract in the history have you ever done. You did spend money on Abreu, Eloy, Robert. You got to do something. The pieces got to go on. The worst you could do is third place. That's all I'm going to say. Because Cleveland's not going anywhere. Neither the Tigers or the Royals. Okay, so the worst you could probably do is fourth place. Fourth place. Because Minnesota is actually thinking about selling. There's rumors that they might trade some big pieces, which I don't know, because you do need a face of the franchise. I just hate when teams do this. They give up so easily. Why? Try. The fan base is not going to get mad at you if you at least try. Just saying. But, yeah, there's nothing else to say. It's the White Sox. Hey, you have a rookie manager. Maybe things will go good. Well, as we do the postseason, going to the offseason, Juan Soto, rumored report, 11 teams are on him. That's insane to me. And as soon as the World Series ended, the Mets are the first guys to call. Not shocking to me. He said time and time again, well, who has the most advantage? No one. Everyone has an advantage. So, that tells me he's probably going to go wherever the money goes. I say the Mets because they got a rich manager, or manager. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Philadelphia Phillies also go in as well. I think that they have something. I know the owner wants to win. He's said that. But financially, I think they could do it just because Castellanos and Schwarber are free agents soon. So if they're off the books, you could probably get Soto. But I also think of it as a way to, you have this core, let's add Soto, and then we'll deal what happens later. I don't think it'll be a good idea because you're probably looking at it as like a lefty. Me personally, I know Schwarber has done great in the leadoff spot. I would put Trey Turner there and then do Soto, then Harper, then maybe like Real Muto, then Schwarber, back and forth. They'll figure it out. But I know they're tired of losing, and they're gonna need a win. I think they will be a big team as well into this off season, and maybe they'll spend some money. I don't know their plans, but when you hear an owner say, "Hey, I want to win," usually means that they're gonna try to spend on big. And Soto is familiar with two of those guys on the Phillies, Harper and Turner. So we'll see. As for the other 10 teams, we know the Yankees. We know supposedly the Dodgers, but we don't know anything else. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes, just by his comments. that he's open to any team at all. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he does, and I think it's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great off season. But other than that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Uh, Thank you for joining me, and other than that, we will see you all in the next one.